So this presentation I am presenting on behalf of Malik sir, and so many times we have patients where there is an advanced glaucoma, and the near total cupping of the optic nerve, with or without there may be severe visual impairment, and there may be a visual fixation loss just to the center 10 degree, and the scotoma may encroach or maybe splitting the fixation. So the goal of treatment in these patients would be reduction in IOP, and not only the reduction in the peak of IOP, but also maintaining a short-term fluctuation should be less, a diurnal control should be there, and a long-term change should also be less, so that the patient, when he comes for the visits, the fluctuation should be less. So how do we really go about doing? So if there is a significant cataract, then with advanced glaucoma, then one has to either go for a phaco or SICS, that may be combined with trabeculectomy with or without anti-metabolite. Now, patients with advanced glaucoma, they should be informed the risk of wipeout, because already there is a very small field remaining, and the sudden compromise of the remaining blood flow to the optic nerve head because of the sudden changes in the IOP may lead to a total wipeout. So what should be done is that the IOP is to be lowered slowly intraoperatively to avoid the suprachoroidal hemorrhage, aqueous misdirection, and preoperatively we should lower the IOP by giving mannitol. And if we have a sudden lowering, of course, I think all of us have experienced suprachoroidal hemorrhage. Now, just to share, this is a patient who had right angle closure glaucoma with mature senile cataract, and the pressures were not controlled medically. And as you can see, the chamber is pretty shallow. So there were two options again. One could go for phacoemulsification or SICS. I opted for a SICS because, as you can see, the nucleus is pretty large and hard, and this is the flying eagle kind of incision that is being created. And you can see there is a small rectangular shaped flap, partial thickness scleral flap, and the frown on either side. And after dissecting the flap, this is the tunnel dissection being carried out very meticulously. This is a frown, this is a limbus based conjunctival flap that I usually like to do nowadays. And since the Blumenthal technique is the favorite technique of mine, now you can appreciate how much corneal edema is there at just near, and you can see these folds. This is a hypermature cataract where all the wrinkling of the capsule. So this is the reason why I thought that maybe going for SICS was safer, because I wasn't sure about the rhexis, whether I will be able to complete it or not. So I did have a problem. I could not complete the rhexis. I did it in two parts, you can see here. And after that, the nucleus delivery was very easy. Nothing much to it. And as soon as on table, you will realize that once the pressure starts going down, this is a very slowly done maneuvers. The cornea starts, see, this is a corneal edema which you can appreciate, and gradually over on the table itself, the cornea starts becoming a little clearer. So this is the IOL in the bag which is being placed. And this is how I like to do the trabeculectomy. This is just a 20 gauge MVR blade being used. You enter, I don't use any punch or anything. And this is the Vana scissors used to cut. And this is the iridectomy being performed. And this was just to check that an adequate iridectomy had been made. And we like to suture the flaps on the side. And this is the fornic, this is the conjunctival flap being sutured by the sixovicryl or atovicryl. And this is the bleb titration. You can see on table itself, there is a beautiful bleb. So basically a patient with either a hard cataract or very wrinkled cap, the kind of capsule I had in this patient, and a very shallow chamber, I prefer to go for a SICS trap. Now this is another case where again you have a hard cataract, but there was no, this patient, I felt that I could go ahead and do a complete rhexis, but of course, and the other thing is that this patient had very high pressures, and I wanted a my target pressure was to decrease the IOP considerably from 35 to just 10 to 12. So I decided to go for a two-site surgery, that is the trab on one side and phaco from the other port. So after making the flap, I change my side, I rotate the microscope, and again, since the AC is extremely shallow, I have gone for a direct chop. This is again a hard cataract, so one has to be very careful to work right in the center, not to go towards the periphery. And once the nucleus has been eaten, this is you can see how the cornea is edematous. Now you can see this is a red glow through which the you can see, and this is the coaxial illumination. This is the IOL insertion into the bag. And after the IOL insertion, I usually like to put a suture to the phaco port, because in these patients, there may be a hypotony that may compromise the triplanar flap. So this is the trabeculectomy being done. And this is the peripheral iridectomy. So in these patients where advanced glaucoma is there, our aim basically should be not to dissect the conjunctiva too much, because whatever we are dissecting is going to ultimately heal with fibrosis. And suppose you want to go for a second trab, or you want to go for a glaucoma drainage device. In those cases, it becomes difficult if you have all the conjunctiva that is scarred. So preferably whenever you are doing a trabeculectomy, you should go for a supranasal quadrant. And if you again want, in SICS we have to dissect a lot of conjunctiva, so it is better to leave that conjunctiva, and if you can do a phacoemulsification if it is possible, better to go for a phaco if you are confident. And a single site, I would choose SICS trap. It's a hard cataract, hazy cornea. But if we want to lower the pressure considerably, or we want to use MMC, or there is chance that we may need GDD at a later stage, I would rather go for a two-site surgery. And otherwise, the SICS trap and phaco trap in our hands have been giving comparable results. And Dr. Malik, please. Now you can share your experience.